Peace. Welcome back to the Space Beyond Infinity, where there are no limitations. I'm the spirit guide of this room, Mystic, and I'm back with another. How are y'all doing? Me, I'm good. I'm kind of trying to keep it quiet because still sleeping people. Um, so, Boomy got these clippers to cut our son's hair, but they really was like kind of cheap and not really for our hair type. So, um, he had to just pretty much cut all my son's hair off. And here I go, trying to just cut my hair down a little bit. And yeah. So I did. But I don't have a mirror, so it's just uneven. And y'all, listen, I know how to cut my own hair. I just need the proper tools. And I really didn't, with the length of my hair, I really didn't have that much of a problem with the clippers. This guy's hair was longer and thicker than mine. But because remember, I went to the barbershop. I don't know if I told you that. I did. I went to the barbershop and I got my hair cut. But I didn't like the way that they did it. I did tell y'all that. Eventually, I came to the conclusion that I didn't really like the way they did it. So I was ready to cut my hair and try. I don't have no mirror, and it's funny because I know the back of my head looks crazy, and Boomy ain't said shit about it. But I've had my hair when we went out yesterday, I just covered it up with a wrap. But I need a mirror. Need a mirror. So, I need a glue gun as well. I mean, I got this super glue to try, but I have not made any progress on my ground. I've just been taking in the energy. So, yeah. I don't know. I just feel like there's still things that need to be expressed that are not being expressed. And I just feel kind of like I feel the energy in me that's not being expressed. I feel it just sitting in me, being known. So, yeah. My ear is clogged. It's clogged. I've been kind of lately dealing with it again. I was feeling better for a little while, but lately it just been clogging back up when I go to sleep and then when I wake up. But it's not like a bunch of pressure like it was. Oh my gosh, it was like a month straight, just clogged and just pressure. It was terrible. It was so terrible. But yeah. So I don't know. I'm just trying to deal with my life. Oh, I forgot to take this mop out. I got a new mop and I put the old mop outside and I was really tried to get to it, so I put it in the backyard and then I forgot about it. So now it's just sitting back here and I forgot about it. There are a few things that I wanted to clear up about my little story time, but I think I'm gonna just do that another time. I just wanna do my regular vlog right now. Yeah, birds are chirping. Yeah. So I was just the other day I was just chilling, right? I'm in my own zone, my own world. The neighbors is playing their music. I'm hearing their music on. I'm chilling, right? I went upstairs to go change Arjuta's diaper and put her to sleep. And I went upstairs to go change Arjuta's diaper and put her to sleep. And Boomy just came upstairs and was like, I guess he grabbed a few things and then he just stopped and was just randomly like, so you don't want me here? And I'm like, Did I even say any words? Did I? What? So like, no, I didn't say that. I'm like, nah, I didn't. I don't feel that way. It's not that I don't want him here. It just it be shit like that. As soon as I get comfortable, then you throw a curveball at me, and it's like, how the fuck am I supposed to feel comfortable around you if you don't give me the space to feel comfortable? Like, you either throw some shit like that at me, or you try to like come onto me, and I'll just be like, I don't fucking know. But I was like, nah, I didn't say that. I don't feel like that. And he was like, well, I just don't be knowing. That's why I just say something to like just bring it to a conversation. I don't know where to start because you always act like a little weird towards me, and it just be like, you do shit like that. Like, why do you have to start a conversation off like that? Why can't it be like you start your conversation off with confrontation? Like, oh, so you don't want me here? Like, where the fuck did I have to question? The way he said it made me question the whole fucking moment. Like, we was in the middle of a conversation. Like, it made me question, like, we in the middle of a conversation right now? Did I say so? Damn, did I say it in my head just now? Like, it made me question my whole fucking reality. And that's what I don't fucking like about you. You make me question my whole life. It's fucking ridiculous. This shit crazy. Um, this shit crazy. Like, what? Out of just nowhere. And I'm like, I literally was just sitting there, hearing the music, listening to the music, just vibing. I literally was just vibing. It's out of nowhere. So you don't want me here? Like, yes, I do want you here. I want you around. You're the father of my children. I want them to be able to experience having their father around, but maybe I do need to set boundaries. We need to get to a space to where you're somewhere else and you're not fucking in the like you're not in the same house as me, because I need to go back to that mind frame, because you do everything you can to make me feel uncomfortable, and I just be dealing with it. And then he left we just ended the conversation. I don't even remember what the fuck I said. I said something. I said, no, that's not how I feel. And then I just left it at that. He tried to keep the conversation going, but my mind just went everywhere else. I'm be real, I was high. So, and I feel like he be doing that. Like, he'll wait until he see that I'm high and I'm chilling, and he'll try to bring up something like that. Like, he'll try to bring up something with a little bit of confrontation, and then he'll try to throw me in a circle just to try to get me into a space of confusion. And in these years, that's what I noticed a lot. Like, when we be trying to do shit to put me in a space of confusion so that he can tell me what's true and what ain't. So I can stop believing myself. That's why I don't need you around. That's why I don't want you around. Because when I start getting sure about myself and my intuition and what I'm thinking, what I'm feeling, you always do something to try to make me question myself. Like, even with the hammock, it's not the first thing he said when he saw it is not going down. It's not too much weight. It's not whatever. And I'm like, no. Are you sure? Yeah, I'm sure. We in the stroller. pushing the baby in the stroller. We've been practicing, this last month or so, with allowing her to move about freely in the stroller like the big kids do because that's what she wanted. So I've been like, with caution, practicing and allowing her to, move about the stroller in the way she desires. Um, so he's like questioning me on that, like, are you sure? And like he'll always question me on something, and they ask me like, are you sure? And I'll be like, yeah, I'm sure. I have to like constantly reaffirm myself, or else like I'm going to be led into confusion. And then it's like yeah. And it's like, no. And then I just have to find the courage to use my voice and speak up. Um because he be trying to silence me and he be trying to put me in confusion. And I don't know how to like I don't know how to stand up for myself fully right now. And even when we was in the room and he started that conversation, he left out. I was sitting there and I was just talking to myself, and I'm like talking in my mind. I'm not even saying nothing out loud. I don't even have it in myself to speak about, even whisper to myself what it is that I want to express. Like it's been years of trying to like put me in that space of where I don't want to talk about anything. Y'all know um when I first told my sister about my experience at Carbonation, and I told her that, Boomy put his hands on me and stuff, um, I guess she must have said something to my brother after I had left and I went back home. Mind you, I'm still pregnant with Raji at the time. Still was pregnant with Raji at the time. I went home. I I guess my brother must have went over because at that time I lived like 3 houses down from her, and she lived like a house down from my brother and across the street. They was across the street from each other, and I was like 2 houses down, and we was all like in the same neighborhood. But so as soon as I left her house, my brother came over, and I guess she must have told him, and he came over to my house, and he was like looking at Mumi, and was like, I know that she can be stubborn, I know she can be difficult, but if you ever have a problem with her, like you can come and talk to me about it. Like we can talk things out. You don't never gotta put your hands on my sister, but if you do, then it will be a problem. And he just said his piece and he left, and then boom, here go Boomy checking me. And he like, so you said something to her, why would you blah 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 blah. And I'm like, the first time I tried to come and be, it's been months since I have left Carbonation. I talked to my aunt as soon as I got out because I was staying at my uncle's house, and I talked to his wife and I was just telling her, you know, about my experience. But that was the first time I spoke up, and I spoke to one of my siblings about it. And even though I'm talking about, my cousin, I call her my sister because we're the same age and we pretty much grew up like sisters. So that was the first time I opened up and I spoke to one of my siblings about it. And I took that moment to be vulnerable and express to her what had happened. And you're coming at me and checking me as if I did something wrong, as if we're not talking about a moment that you chose to um, hurt me. Hey, sunshine. Is anybody else awake?
No.
Just you
Mm-hmm.
and me?
Mm-hmm.
Come on. Did you close the door? It's okay if you didn't hear. Let me see. So I could turn the brightness up so you could see better. Here you go. And I was so hurt and I was so angry. I just left the house and I remember going to the park and I was just crying and stuff. And I was like, let me go back to my house. And I went back to my house. I don't even think I left to go to the park. I think I just went in the bathroom. No, I did. I left. I went to the park and I did that again. I sit in the park. I talked to myself about how angry I was. And I didn't say none of how I felt to him, to his face. I said a little bit, but I went into my own space and I talked to myself. And I screamed and I cried and I cursed. And then I went back home and I don't know, I'm trying to remember if it was a related incident because I remember going to the, like having a, just like going to the bathroom and locking myself in the bathroom and screaming and crying because I was just so hurt. I was just so hurt. Like, I was just so hurt. I had been through all kind of shit. And here I am. I still was able to, pull myself together enough to secure a home and, take care of myself and my children. And I just opened myself back up to you and my vulnerability. And it's just like, you just showing that you just really don't give a fuck about my vulnerability. And it's crazy to like sit here and think back and remember these moments from over 3 years ago and knowing that I'm still currently dealing with the same person. Hurting me. Not allowing me to be in my vulnerability. And the only time I get to be in my vulnerability is when it's time to be attacked. Like, I am still dealing and healing through an not only emotionally, but an abusive situation. And I refuse to acknowledge it as an abusive situation because I don't want him to be upset. I don't want him to hurt. I don't want him to. 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 And it's not about him. It's about me. And every time that I try to find some type of power, I get smushed back down. And then every time I try to find some type of vulnerability and try to, you know, face myself and what can I do to make it better and how can I open back up to you, it's a slap in the face, it's a spit in the face, it's a disrespect, it's a, you know, I have to find my courage to speak up for myself. Because my voice is a powerful one. My expression is a powerful one. And for years I've been allowing someone else to dictate my expression. and it's time to let go, to break free, real and officially. So are things awkward? Yes, because there's things that I don't feel like I can address. Because every time I try to address them, somehow, some way, you find a way to make it back to be like, we should just be together. It's either it always ends in us being back together or us being in a war. And it's like it's no escape. But that's just what it seems like. It's not what it actually is. Because I have the power. I have the true power. And it's just up to me to stand up for myself. For myself. Be that example for my children. Because if I'm not, who really is? Yeah, should have been scratching me in my chest. They are nails. Yeah, I gotta do her nails. But yeah. I guess that's just where I am now. That's where I'm at right now, this Friday. Just feeling all the feels. Y'all, my brother, he did a thing. And he set it up to where, part of his check get deposited into my account whenever he get paid. And bro, that just hit me like real deep in my emotional space, because it's like, I needed something like that. Like, I know my brother want me to talk to him. I know he want me to reach out and talk more, but it's just like I'm just trying to deal with what I got going on. It's taking everything in me to focus on this situation, like getting out. And I'm trying to do it on my own. I'm trying to do it on my own. But he did that for me, and it just made me feel, first of all, blessed and loved. Like all of the work that I've been doing lately with just reconnecting with God and just trying to heal on a different note and on a different level. It's just, I'm seeing progress in that. I'm seeing blessings in return for that. But in return for the love that I'm giving to myself, it made me feel like it made me remember that I am secure. Like, I came from a family. I have men who love me and want to protect me and want to secure me. That love is absolutely present and available, and I can have it anytime that I decide I want to open myself up to receive it. But I'm still like, this has to move out the way for me to receive that. Like, I'm just like placing myself kind of in a room. I was gonna say a box, but it's not a box. Placing myself in a room, placing myself in a space to heal. Let myself heal. It's a bird. It was walking. But yeah, I'm just gonna wrap this up right here. I'm so grateful and thankful. So no matter what happens, the point is, right? No matter what happens, I'm always gonna be divinely aligned and right on time. I'm always gonna be protected and secured. I am always going to be taken care of. There's always going to be actual, real love present for me. I am so grateful for that truth. Yeah, I'm going to keep doing my work. And thank y'all for watching, for being present and available to see it. Thank me. Y'all have a beautiful, wonderful, magical, and amazing experience. I was gonna say amazing and magical all in the one word. A magical. No. I don't even. Anyway, he's